Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Drake Lucina, and today I'll be talking to you about 4 different types of brewing methods used to brew coffee. So, a little bit about me. I came into college freshman year. I was your average Keurig user. Didn't really love coffee, but didn't hate it. And over the course of first semester, I realized, oh my gosh, there's a lot of things to do and not a lot of hours in the day. So I decided to pick up coffee as a means for caffeine and a means for taste, because I did start to like the taste of black coffee. And this has been one of the coolest things in my life as of lately. It's been awesome to explore different brewing methods and the equipment that they use and the resulting flavors and even the processes that go into each one. And it's really cool that each brewing method gives you a distinct flavor, and each has their certain draws, and that we'll talk about. But let's get into it. So immersion brewing method is probably my favorite method. In this method, you have your French press and your AeroPress. And so basically what the immersion brewing method is you immerse water with coffee grounds. And what this does is it seeps, kind of like similar to tea, and you drain off the coffee beans, and you're left with a great tasting cup of coffee if you do it right. So the main equipment in this section is your French press and your AeroPress. So let's start with the French press. Your French press is a carafe, so a jar, kind of, and it's got a lid on it with a plunger. And what you do is you grind your coffee, because pre-ground coffee is stale coffee. You never want to use pre-ground coffee if you're going for taste. If it's convenience or economical, pre-ground coffee is the move. But it's really not that different of a price range to grind your own coffee, and it's way better tasting. So yeah, French press, you add your grounds and you add your hot water and you let it steep for about 5 minutes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to plunge down on the lid, and what this does is it stops the coffee grounds from escaping into your cup of coffee, and you want to stop it about 1/4 inch towards the coffee bed. And what this does is it allows for a very smooth cup of coffee. The French press is known for its smooth cup of coffee that it produces. And it takes practice to not get some of the silty coffee grounds into your cup of coffee. But once you can get it down, it's a very smooth cup of coffee. And the AeroPress is very close to it as far as smoothness. But an AeroPress is relatively new to the market. And so what it is, it's a cylinder, and it's very portable, so you can take it backpacking and camping, and that's kind of the draw for it for a lot of people. But you pour your grounds in, and then you pour your hot water in this cylinder, and at the bottom's a sieve, so it doesn't pour all the way through. And then you create this vacuum with this tamp that you push through the cylinder, and it is amazing. You allow it to steep for about 3 minutes, you push it all the way through, and this creates a very smooth cup of coffee, and it allows you to pick up on the subtleties of the notes of the coffee that are on the bag. So you may have noticed like different cups of coffee or different types of coffee have subtle notes such as tobacco, cherry, chocolate, caramel, and you're like, where is this in my morning brew? I don't taste caramel. Well, you have to use a certain brewing method to really draw out those flavors. And the AeroPress is second to none when it comes to drawing out those flavors. So next up, we have the drip brewing method, and these are your Mr. Coffee pots. We all own one of these, well, if you're a coffee snob. It's quick, it's easy. You can set a timer for it to brew at 5 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't take 15 minutes like the AeroPress. It's just consistently good coffee. What this does is it uses gravity, and hot water drips through a bed of coffee using a filter, and it collects either in a pot or in your morning brew. These are great for just, like I said, everyday use. It's quick, it's easy, you're gonna get a good cup. You can taste notes, but it's not as delicious as the AeroPress. So next up, we have the pressure brewing method. This is gonna be your bread and butter of coffee shops. Coffee shops that are known throughout the world are known for their espresso shots. What it does is it creates a very high pressure pushing water through the bed of beans or grounds, and it creates a thick layer of crema, and it's a delicious, velvety, creamy brew. And it's very strong and can be diluted in a drink such as an Americano with water, or cortado with steamed milk. And it's a very quick hit. Sorry about that. My phone just died, so we're back on track here. So we were talking about the pressure brewing method. And so in conclusion, the pressure brew method, you're gonna get that thick layer of crema. That's gonna be the telltale sign of a pressure brew. So the next brew we're gonna talk about is cold brew method. This is gonna be similar to immersion brewing method, but you're gonna have a cold water instead of hot. So that's really the only difference between those two. Cold brew is not iced coffee. They're different. Cold brew is gonna, the telltale sign of a cold brew is gonna be an acidic tasting, complex flavor. It's not gonna be tasting like your coffee that's normal. It's gonna be strong, and it's gonna be pretty acidic. So yeah, in conclusion, that's 4 different types of brewing methods. I hope you enjoyed and picked up on some things, and want to try some things for yourself. I would personally recommend an AeroPress. The initial cost of an AeroPress is gonna be about $40, and if you have a kettle, the kettle is gonna run you like $30. That's just gonna heat up your water, but you can use microwavable water, and then you have to have a grinder, of course. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned some things and picked up on some things, and try some of these for yourself. It's really cool to get into all this and experience the coffee world. Thank you so much for listening. My name was Drake Lucina, and God bless. Have a good night.